And, I think of him now, sadly gone, but I think of him in his wheelchair, and he'd always smile because his politics were optimistic. He was angry with how he felt society was going, the economy becoming crueler, people being destitute, homelessness, insecurity at work, public services being run down. But he channeled that anger into an optimism, this optimistic spirit. So he was utterly remarkable.
And I mean, remarkable that the fire was burning into such, into his such old age, 95 when he died.
No, absolutely. And really, he became a public figure and he began to participate widely in politics after the great financial collapse of 2008 and the death of his son. He was mourning him, and he wanted to do something positive, so he threw himself into his work. And look, you often think, old people, he was frail in body, but he was strong in spirit. And in the last few years, he's been touring refugee camps in Europe. Like he wasn't going to put his feet up, stay at home with a blanket and watch TV. He wanted to leave his mark on the world and make it a better place. I think he certainly did that.
So when did you meet him?
Oh, I met him several times. Certainly you mentioned the Labour Party conference in 2014. He electrified that conference. He got a standing ovation on the NHS, which was one of the institutions he really championed, and met him many times after that. Very recently, I was writing about the 1926 general strike, a great momentous moment in British history. And I asked Harry if he could remember anything, and he could remember he was a coal miner's son, he's born in Barnsley, and he remembered in 1920 going along to a picket line on his father's shoulders. And it's amazing. We've kind of lost some living history with his passing, as well as that little moral light that has gone out. And I do think the world is a slightly darker place with Harry's passing.
Thank you for joining us, Kevin Maguire. Yeah. The Treasury has just published its economic analysis.